What's good, YouTube? It's your boy back again, and today is the 24th of January 2021. It's the weekend, markets are closed, so it's that time of the week where we go through our favorite pairs EURUSD, USD, and gbpusd in order to see what the following week may have for us in terms of technical analysis. If you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into the charts. So let's start from the top, the monthly, have a view and see how our bias is holding up. And as you can see, the current monthly candle is sort of a doji candle, indecision. It went up, went down, and now it's just basically dangling in the middle, but our bias hasn't changed. It's still bullish, so as such we can go straight down to our lower time frames. Now last week we had some movement, price came up to this zone, it retreated a bit, we were able to take a trade and capitalize. Even though our bias was bullish, we took a short trade, but then as you know, if we're going against the grain, our trades would be managed a bit differently. So what we do in this situation is we move stops to break even, and we also close partials, as the market moves in our favor. So price did proceed downwards, but then ultimately it came back up and then took us out in profit. And now it seems like the price wants to close above this zone. So basically what I can see is in the week, in the days to come, this following week, we would be anticipating a potential 4-hour closure beyond this zone, which would neutralize this zone. And if that happens, then definitely we'll be expecting price to come up to either this zone or the zone above, before potentially looking for potential trade opportunities to continue to the downside. As you can see, price did make this nice retracement all the way down here, tapped this zone, and then now it's retracing off that retracement. So the question is this bullish retracement over, or is it just going for a deeper retracement in order to continue downwards? Regardless, we don't need to predict, all we need to do is react. So once we get a closure above this zone, we will anticipate price going here, and once price comes to this zone or the one above it, or both, we would definitely look for potential trading opportunities to continue trading downwards. And if price decides to not go up to this point and then instead does a U-turn and then continues to go lower, then we will look for trading opportunities definitely once price reaches this zone, as this zone is a fresh zone and has not been touched. But we will not be looking for trading opportunities here because this zone has already been utilized multiple times, and the more times the zone is tapped into, the weaker it gets because orders are neutralized more and more. So that's what we're looking for the week ahead for EURUSD. Potential it's put the potential for it to go up and then either go up and then come down, continue downwards, or it could just continue going up and then come down. These are definitely possibilities that we are looking for in EURUSD. And yeah, all we have to do is just sit and wait on our hands for the next following week. So the next pair that we will look into is gbpusd. Let's start from the monthly. Starting from the monthly, as you can see, the monthly candle came down, wicked, and has continued on its bullish momentum. So gbpusd is looking a lot more strong to the bullish side. Our bias is bullish, and the monthly candle is proven to show some bullish initiative itself. So going down to our trading time frame, last week was a pretty active week. There was a lot of movement. Price came down here, tapped this zone, and then took off, and it created another zone the prior week, which was tapped again, nested zone, which gave a lot of confidence in this trade, and price ultimately came and tapped our zone up here. We had this zone for a long time. We were expecting price to go up there. It came up shy 1, 2, 3, 4 times. It came just shy of the zone, but eventually it completed. So that's what I tell you about. Sometimes it's better to place your take profits before the zone, because if you demand absolution from the market, a lot of the times the market will play around, will tease you, will pull back and then come back and then pull back and come back and then pull back before finally, reaching completion and actually touching the zone. So in order to prevent yourself, all that mental anguish, try to, not to demand absolution from the markets every single time. Place your stops a bit earlier or later, depending on what bias you're taking. But anyway, last week there was, after the market pulled back, it created a zone here, and this zone was tapped in again. And as you can see, when I dropped down to the 15-minute lower time frame, I had multiple entry opportunities. The first entry opportunity was the 50% limit order, which you could place right there, and as you can see, price came and tapped it and then pulled back. And then the second entry opportunity was a nice signal, candlestick signal. We had a nice pin bar rejection right here, and it happened at US Open. So the time of the day was also lined up perfectly for a nice entry, stops below, and as you can see, trade is now in profit. And this is going with the grain, so you definitely have a lot more confidence in entering this trade, knowing that the overall bias is bullish. But what we are looking for the next week is to get a deeper drive into this zone right here. As you can see, we did drive once, but why did we not look for shorts? Well, the zone itself is a bit huge. It's around 60 pips, so you don't want to enter at the base. So a better entry would be around a 50% entry. That would be one. That would be a good entry, 50%. So getting a limit order at the 50% and then placing your stops above would be better. Would definitely divide the stops into two, so you get around 30 to 40 pip. And if that's a bit too much for you, what we could also do is wait for a nice candlestick signal within the zone at the appropriate time of day. So that's basically what I will be anticipating in the following week. I would anticipate a deeper drive. As you know, when looking for trades, especially on the lower time frame, it's a good rule of thumb, and I've said this multiple times in our breakdown, that you shouldn't take the first drive into the zone. You should wait for a deeper drive that takes out that high or low that was created. So in this case, it was the high. This was the first drive. This was the high that were created. And then after that, it pulled away. So it would be wiser for you to wait for a deeper drive that takes out this high before we find our signal. So if we get a deeper drive on the lower time frame, and then we get a signal, and the signal aligns with the time of day, that will definitely be a nice selling opportunity, and preferably it should be in the upper 50% of the zone, because the best place to sell is at the top and the best place to buy is at the bottom. Now, as you can see, when it comes to the same concept of waiting for the second drive, as you can see, price came in over here, it did the first drive right here, right, and then it pulled away, and then afterwards it did another drive. So waiting for that second drive is always a better thing. But as you can see, this second drive didn't give a bullish signal. It was not a bullish engulfing, it was not a bullish pin bar rejection. So what did it do? It comes back for the third drive. And then when does the third drive occur? It occurs at the open of the US market, and you get your signal. So a lot of things aligning, so that should give you a lot of confidence to enter that trade. So make sure you keep in mind the little tips and tricks that will help. So basically, in the near future, we anticipate price. I don't expect price to come back lower, but price can do anything it wants. But in the case it does, you could definitely move your stops to break even. Right now, this trade has a 20 pip stop, and it's running at around 36 pips, almost 40. So almost a 1 to 2. So definitely stops could be moved to break even. and you could hold on for higher prices, but I anticipate price to come deeper into this zone, potentially give us a sell signal. And if not, if it ultimately breaks this zone because it's really going with the trend, then we can anticipate we do have a zone up here that we feel like could be targets. So if another zone is created here on the way up, we could definitely use that as an opportunity to take long trades all the way up. But ultimately, I anticipate in the following days for price to definitely come a bit deeper, take out this high, and then get a nice signal so that we can potentially sell, and then capitalize on that sell, and then maybe ultimately after that, then the price will come back up and then take it out. That's what I am anticipating for the following week. So that's that about GBPUSD, and I think that's it for our breakdown for the week ahead. Thank you very much. If you liked the breakdown, make sure you stay subscribed, because I will be posting updates during the week. And you can also click on the link in the description. I have a Telegram channel where I actually post updates, or you could follow me on Twitter. I also post updates during the week in a more simple format, so that you can just stay up to date with the goings on of EURUSD and GBPUSD. Anyway, nice talking to y'all. See y'all in a bit. Peace.